Well, everyone, welcome back. Sorry to get you to this pick a little bit late, but the 49ers selecting Arik Armstead, a defensive end out of Oregon, guys. An Oregon Duck now on the 49ers side, a defensive end. How big of a contributor is he going to make to this 49ers defense, who we all understand now, losing Patrick Willis, losing some guys, they are going to need guys to step up.
Well, you mentioned the fact that they lost a lot of pieces, and San Fran is in a division with a lot of great defenses, and they were known for their great defense. And I think it goes back to a point you made about culture, and I think they want to keep that culture. They see Armstead, he fits the build as just an extreme athlete. Obviously, when you go to Oregon, you're known for speed and explosiveness, but when you stand 6'7" at 293, you package that all together. That's a really scary player. Difficult to block, and if this kid can really reach full potential, when you look at these measurements, Armstead could be a real force for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I gotta agree there. I think he's a perfect scheme fit for the 49ers. Like, they lost a lot of guys on defense. They need some guy to come in and really bring a force, and I think he has the potential to have a real good season for the 49ers, and I really think they needed an impact player, and I think he brings impact potential, and I think he has a chance to be good, have a good impact right away for this team.
See, I think, Dave, you hit the nail on the head when you said the word potential, because that's really all I see with Armstead right now, because, I mean, for a guy like me who watched so much Oregon football, there was really never any point where Armstead or anyone else really blew me away, where I could really put my finger on one guy and say that was an NFL player. I really see that translating to the next level. Again, the potential is clearly there. He gets off the edge he has great speed off the edge. But I don't know if there was ever a point where I really was certain about it. We'll see if they can develop him enough, because, again, at the end of the day, a lot of these players still need a lot of work, and it's the staffs who develop them the best who are going to get the best out of them. And it's going to be up to their staff to get that done, and we will see if they can do that. Certainly, though, guys, when you look at the 49ers, we still have a little bit of time. For me, I do think there's certainly going to be a major drop-off. Just going from Harbaugh, just always accepting that winning, to going now with a lot less certainty. How big of a drop-off are you guys expecting for the 49ers this year?
I have the 49ers being the worst team in their division, to be completely honest with you.
It's a very good division.
When you look at it, you got the Seattle Seahawks. The Cardinals were real good last year, and the Rams have made a lot of moves to make them one. Honestly, I'm telling you that's going to be a real up-on-the-rise team, and Kaepernick's not going to have the weapons or the defense behind him. Don't be surprised to watch this team blow it up. Kaepernick's traded mid-year, and things become real interesting in San Fran.
Yeah, right. I got to agree there. I have 49ers being one of the worst teams of football next year, even with Colin Kaepernick as the QB. I just don't think this team is going in the right direction. They lost a lot of guys on defensive end. You know, they're just not in a good position right now to win. They lost Frank Gore on offense. You know, they have no weapons on offense. It's just they're not in a good position right now.
Look, my philosophy has always been Colin Kaepernick's production all comes from the run game. When you take the run game away, he's a very predictable guy to figure out, and we've certainly seen that happen many times. You take away Frank Gore from him, a lot of question marks from that production aspect. I'd certainly agree with you guys. I think they do finish with the worst record in that extremely competitive NFC West division.
Let me ask you a little devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Things start to go bad for San Fran. Chip Kelly sits in his division, and he doesn't have Marcus. Sam Bradford's not fitting the system. Who better in the NFL outside of Russell Wilson fits a Chip Kelly system?
It's funny because we saw a little bit of reports of rumors of Kaepernick to the Eagles before the draft started happening. I was going to ask you the same thing if we had time. And certainly, you would think that would pique his interest. Now, I don't want to get too much into this because we missed the last pick,
it's all
so let's
speculation
get ready
too.
for the Chiefs. But certainly, I think that's a very good point that you made right there. As we end on that note, though, stay with us. We're getting ready for the Chiefs. We will be right back.